Earth probably is the easiest Hydra head to consider, so let's take a look at one that's a little bit more difficult. Let's take a look at the Fire Hydra head. The Progress and Nature factions have 4 heroes each represented there, so those are easy choices. And then you have 3 for the Chaos tribe. Maybe the 3 factions you level up if your guild needs help with the Fire head the most is Nature, Progress, and Chaos.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and in this video, I want to discuss the best factions to level if you are focusing on the in-game Hydra fighting strategy. Now, before we go any further, this is a Hero Wars mobile-focused event. The Hydra is not present on Hero Wars Facebook and web. So if you're one of those players, sorry, this video is not for you. I want to give a quick shout out to Adam Rocco. Adam is a community member of Hero Wars mobile community, The GOAT, over on Facebook. He put together some testing and he found a nice group of heroes for each of the legendary Hydra heads: Darkness, Water, Earth, Light, Wind, and Fire. This chart was published on November 28th of 2021. I haven't seen anything newer, and this seems to be a pretty successful lineup with all of the damage that they're doing, so it is as good as any. We're going to base this video off of that chart. So thank you, Adam, for putting this together. Now, of course, the official announcement for factions has started to roll out every day this week. We're getting new faction teasers. I would guess by the end of this week, or possibly this weekend, we're going to get a fun faction event, but I have no idea. And yesterday I put out a video of my faction tier lists. It's my opinion. If you don't like it, make your own tier list video. But the purpose of this video is to break down how many of each faction heroes can be found in the lineups versus each individual head, so you can try to make a decision on not only which factions to level up, which Hydra heads to fight, and possibly even which Grand Arena teams you should build as kind of a side effect of all of this. So now I want to show you what the breakdown of the faction heroes are per each head. Now, the thing that immediately jumps out at me is that across the board, some of the Progress heroes are heavily featured on every single Hydra head. Now, this isn't the same heroes every time, but generally speaking, you can find Daredevil and Fox, and sometimes Sebastian on every one of these Hydra heads. And that's one of the key takeaways that I want you to have when you're looking at this list, is that just because it says Progress 3 or Progress 4 or Progress 5 doesn't mean it's the same 3 to 5 heroes. It's just kind of a way to discuss which faction to level if you plan to level your additional teams based on factions. So every Hydra head, with the exception of Light, has 4 or 5 Progress heroes, so that seems to be a pretty safe bet on which faction to level. Of course, that does leave 10 heroes for each Hydra head as well. Some of the more common big names are the Nature faction. You can see a lot of 3s and 4s. The Way of Mystery also has a bunch of 3 and 4s. But for the most part, the Way of Eternity, the Way of Honor, and the Way of Chaos are featured the least out of all of these. You can see that some of these teams have 3 Chaos heroes, but for the most part, it's only 1 or 2 of the heroes. Eternity, of course, is pulling up the rear. I think Eternity needs the most help in the future. We're probably going to see a couple of Eternity heroes in 2022. You're definitely going to want to have a conversation with your guild about which Hydra heads need the most help. For example, my guild here on this throwaway account needs a lot of help apparently with the Earth head and the Wind head, with some Darkness a little bit. Looking at the Earth Hydra head, there are 5 Progress heroes. There are 4 Mystery and 4 Nature. Looking at the Wind, there are 4 Progress, 3 Mystery, 3 Nature, 3 Chaos. And then looking at the Darkness, we have 4 Progress, 3 Nature, and 3 Mystery. So if I were to look at this just at face value, there's a lot more that goes into this, and this is just a snapshot of today, this morning. There's a lot of time left today, so this is not an exact science here, but this would lend me to want to level up the Progress faction, the Nature faction, and the Mystery faction. By far, these 3 factions have the most heroes that encompass these 3 Hydra heads that my guild seems to be struggling with. This is a great opportunity to suggest, if you do find the content interesting and helpful, please consider leaving it a like. It's an absolutely free way to support the channel. And if you're looking for better ways to support the channel, if you watch this video to the absolute end, it will be the most beneficial to me, and I would greatly appreciate it. Additionally, if you never want to miss a video, I do videos for both the mobile version of the game as well as web and Facebook. Please consider subscribing, turn on that notification bell so you never miss an upload. I do publish about every day, and I live stream Monday through Friday. Now, along with this, obviously, there are 15 heroes that can attack each Hydra head. So taking a look at at the Earth Head, for example, I would need to grab one Honor hero. That hero happens to be Galahad. I would need to grab one Chaos hero. That hero is Dorian for the second line. And then I would need to make sure that the Mystery, Nature, and Progress heroes that I did choose to level up from those various factions, I would need to make sure that those were the ones missing on this Earth Hydra Head chart. Now, again, this is just one person's damage charts, and there's lots of them floating around out there. And this is the super high end of Hydra Head fighting. This is the legendary Hydra Head. This isn't to say that these teams are the absolute only teams you can use against these Hydra Heads. Of course not. There's plenty of great team options that you can build towards this. This is just meant to be kind of a guide, kind of a benchmark on what to consider if you're building teams based on what your guild needs for Hydra fighting. Earth probably is the easiest Hydra Head to consider, so let's take a look at one that's a little bit more difficult. Let's take a look at the Fire Hydra Head. The Progress and Nature factions have 4 heroes each represented there, so those are easy choices. And then you have 3 for the Chaos Tribe. Maybe the 3 factions you level up if your guild needs help with the Fire Head the most is Nature, Progress, and Chaos. You'll need to grab the 1 Honor hero, the 1 Eternity hero, and a couple of mystery heroes in order to flesh out this Hydra Head fighting group, but it's still pretty straightforward. If you want to talk more about strategy on fighting the Hydra Heads, or if you want to post your own screenshots of teams that you find effective with the Hydra Heads, the legendary Hydra Head all the way down to the common Hydra, I do have a section in my Discord called the Mobile Hydra Channel. That's where all the team fighting discussion for fighting the Hydras takes place, and I also have the Hydra battle screenshots. Post your best fight lineups there. Anytime I find one of these charts that's updated, I always pin it in the Hydra battle screenshots page. So if you're curious about the most up-to-date one, you can go check it out right there. The link to my Discord is going to be in the description box down below, so make sure you join if you're not joined already. We're going to be doing giveaways through my Discord in the coming month, and I'd hate for you to miss that. Now, earlier on in this video, I discussed the factions tier list discussion, and I think that was a very fun video. I think it's going to be very provocative. I think there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with me, and that's okay. If you want to see that video, or you're just curious on how to build faction-based teams, I've got 2 videos on screen for you now. First one on the left is that faction tier list video, and the one on the right is the How to Build a Faction Team 101 guide. It breaks down where each faction's shortcomings are, what they need in the future, and what heroes that you need to level along with those factions to shore up those issues. So please check those videos out if you have time. We live stream Monday through Friday. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.